What a surprise! You really can cook.
What do you think these ingredients are for?
True.
Isn't it a little too late to act surprised?
I'm still surprised to see you actually cooking. Here, I finished cutting the tofu.
Thank you. Next is tomatoes. I had to trouble you again.
Okay. So, did you learn to cook to impress girls?
Why do you think that?
A man who can cook is more attractive, right?
You think so?
Just my experience from my student days.
Didn't you say you were always by yourself?
You're so mean. I still have ears, alright? Even if I don't care much about those things, I can still catch some gossip, occasionally. But you still remember.
Remember what?
Your signature dish.
Ate it often in the past.
In the past?
Yeah, my grandma made it for me back then.
Oh, I see.
The crinkle makes a sound, indicating that it's done. We open the lid and an aromatic scent waves out. Looks really good.
I'm truly surprised. You didn't switch it with pre-cooked food?
Have you been here all this time?
How can the drops of oil on the soup look so pretty?
Let's taste it. Add a pinch of salt and stir lightly before pouring a little bit of chicken soup into a small bowl. I'm very pleased with the soup's appearance, so vibrant and full of luster. Looks like my cooking skills haven't gone down too much.
Let me try it.
Your colleague takes the bowl and sips. Before I know it, she finishes the entire bowl.
You win.
Who was my opponent?
I don't know.
Or she's about to throw a fit. Still, she carefully carries the pot of chicken soup to the table. Must admit that I like her candid response. Is it cute or just innocence? Anyway, her compliment energizes me. It took us about an hour to make these dishes. Stir-fried tofu, sweet potato leaves, tomato and scrambled eggs, double braised pork, and bamboo shoot chicken soup. 3 dishes and a soup. Getting hungry as I look upon the feast in front of us.
Your grandma really knows how to cook.
Is that compliment meant for me?
I'm complimenting you.
It'd be better you weren't indirect.
It's a shame you're only second best.
For my information, why do you think I'm only second best?
It's not sweet enough.
Oh? Fortunately, these dishes satisfy her appetite. I feel a sense of accomplishment as I watch her eating the food non-stop.
Isn't this too much for both of us?
It's fine. The food won't go bad in this weather. You'll be to have leftovers, but you should finish in a couple of days.
What do you mean?
Exactly that.
Is that how you feel?
Is it that so? You only have oatmeal and milk.
Is that strange?
It wouldn't be strange if you hadn't admitted that you aren't here on vacation. Then she stands up and enters the kitchen. She takes out a small cake and places it on the table. The cake looks familiar. Rather, it's the same cake I had yesterday.
I have this cake, too.
You do like sweet food.
Finish it for me later. I can't finish it all by myself. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Let me make it clear. I was only saying that stuff because I was drunk. Even if I asked you to forget about it, you probably couldn't. However, don't start making assumptions.
I understand.
You wouldn't have made those dishes if you understood.
I'm just thanking you for the closing accommodations.
Oh, really? Virgo.
Why do I feel like you're being even more indirect?
Just your imagination. Finish eating or it'll get cold.
True. I should fill myself up. That was it. Our first meal today, we keep eating with our chopsticks. It's so simple. I finally found a conclusion to the question just then. I guess that's it for today.
Okay.
After we finished eating, we washed the dishes. Now we're standing outside the hallway.
Are you going to start working after you get home?
I guess so. I still have some tasks to finish. If I want to work overtime tomorrow, it shouldn't be a problem.
You sure are a model employee. You even bring your work home.
I can learn more if I work harder, right?
While I feel that's true, I still want to make sure. You often work overtime? I'll take that as yes. I know you work hard so you can get closer to your goals. However, it won't do you any good if you get sick, right?
True.
If I was your boss, I'd be so happy to have you as an employee, working all the time.
It won't suit you. We get cheated too easily.
What are you talking about? In some ways, you're the same too. It could have gone very wrong. You might have ended up on the front page of tomorrow's newspaper.
If you anticipated that, then you shouldn't have done it.
So lucky that it's only you.
Lucky is just me, a guy who only interested in 2D characters.
Shouldn't you also be happy that it's only me?
True. Also might have gotten scammed.
Idiot.
Same. If you're hungry, just heat up the leftovers.
I know. Then... nothing. Take care.
Can we still meet up the day after?
Eh?
7 p.m. the day after. Are you free?
That's sudden.
Is it? Didn't I invite you to the zoo?
That's true.
You're not free?
I didn't say that.
Then it isn't a problem?
Yeah.
It's be the last time we meet, right?
Yeah. The last time.
Is that so? Rather, this is our last chance. I'll do everything I can to finish the script.
Thank you.
Your gratitude's confusing me.
Do you still want your coat?
Oh,
I don't want to be carrying a spare coat while walking around the city.
yeah, that's true.
Did you leave anything behind?
I think that's everything. It's really...
Yeah. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Close the door and exit the hotel. I feel a sweeping cold chill once I'm outside. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel any regret. After all, I felt warm when I was inside that tiny space of hers. And I felt that warmth since I started living by myself. I almost forgot what it feels like to eat with someone. So cold. Such a huge temperature change. Didn't feel like that when we were buying groceries. The only difference is that she's not standing beside me. I can only laugh once I realize this. Can't believe I'm this far devoted. Nonetheless, the cold isn't going away. I should go home as soon as possible. I keep complaining about the weather while I go home. As I do so, I think about the ending to the script. A young girl who's following in her father's footsteps, following her dreams. But before she can achieve her dreams, her only relative departs, leaving her all alone. The girl can't accept this. She can't accept herself. Because she continued to pursue a dream that she couldn't see, she caused the death of her most beloved relative. If she had only paid attention earlier. If only she had spent more time with her. If only she hadn't chased after her dreams. Would she be living a happier, longer life? Countless times of regret continued to overwhelm her. Countless times of regretting the past. Did she feel resentment towards her before she passed away? Why wasn't she by her side? Why didn't she observe the warning signs? The girl cannot forgive herself. The girl hates herself. It's over.
Congratulations, 9.
It's 8 p.m. on a Monday. All my tasks are finally completed. This includes everything from beta testing to minor tweaking. My remaining task is to push the button on launch day. However, that will happen after the new year. So there's nothing else for me to do before then.
What are you gonna do next? Go home? How about having dinner together?
It's already 8. Your family's waiting for you at home, right?
Oh, yes. Also, I'm not sure when the client's going to get back to me. Maybe next time.
If it's that client you're referring to, it won't be later than 9.
Still, I have to wait another hour? I can't stand it. Oh, right. About the place I mentioned last time.
Which one?
My recommendation for the New Year's Eve fireworks. If you plan to go there, you should check out the route beforehand. That place is quite hidden. You might find yourself walking in circles.
Maybe next time.
I see. I hope you have a chance to get there eventually.
Right. I have a question for you.
What is it? Why so serious all of a sudden?
Do you think it's better for a story to have a happy or sad ending? He presses his fingers on his cheeks as he thinks about my question.
If I must give my opinion, from a professional perspective, a happy ending is definitely better. Not only does it suit the audience's preference, it's less risky. There are many uncertainties as to what the audience will like. Personally, though, I'd choose the sad ending. Leaving a sense of regret could give the story a more memorable impression.
Is that so? Thanks. I understand now.
Wait, I'm not done.
Huh?
If this is from your perspective, you shouldn't even be considering this question. Why do you have to think about it? Who are you trying to please? Your friends, family, or the reader? No matter who it is, the moment you begin to consider this question, your work loses its meaning.
Loses its meaning?
You have to consider what motivated you to write the story in the first place. Don't think about hypotheticals. I bet you already decided on the story arc a long time ago. If so, don't change your direction. Let the story reach its ending just as you planned it. We shouldn't be talking about something shallow like a good or bad ending. Instead, you should ask yourself, does the story truly deserve this ending?
I feel like I'm having an epiphany.
Right? It's never a bad idea to listen to a professional opinion.
What made you think I'm asking about my own work? I never mentioned anything about that.
I just guessed.
And is your professional opinion still relevant?
You kiddo. You do have a sharp tongue at times.
Sorry, I was just kidding. It's a really good answer.
Oh, I look forward to reading your work.
I don't think this one would be published.
But I thought you said...
Not this one. Alright, I should go home before I run out of inspiration.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Oh, bye. When did this all begin? Was this yesterday? Or the day of pouring rain? Was it much earlier? When I begin to think about the ending she's been looking forward to, when she read my story, she would shed tears, and offer feedback and feelings about it. It's all proof that my story has deeply affected her. For someone like her, what kind of ending would she be expecting? No, that's not right. Before all that, what did I want to convey in my script? It's not just a tragic story. I look at it from a different angle. The girl's actions will have a different meaning. Did she do the right thing? Not completely. Was she wrong then? Not really. Nobody can offer a satisfactory answer when there's no clear boundary between right and wrong. It's impossible to offer a solution. Not now, and definitely not in the future. 100 people might have 100 different answers. No one can offer an answer to this question. Isn't that what the future is all about? Is that the same for me? I too had to walk on that uncertain road. Still can't erase that feeling when I lost my loved ones forever. However, it was only by experiencing that pain that I understood why they fought so hard. Up until now, that familiar voice still echoes in my mind, protecting me. Sadness and frustration cannot be reasons to stop moving forward. After all, that's not the person they want to see in you. If you keep hitting obstacles, even if you keep falling, at least you have the courage to move forward. That's what they expect from you. And the answer is obvious. How can I convey this to her? She's walking farther and farther away. Can I get my message to reach her within a day? Can't see any stars tonight. Before I step into the MRT, look at the sky but can't see a single star. Lately I've become sentimental. Did I ever care about the stars? It's 8:30 p.m. Once again, I'm here. We didn't agree to meet today. However, I still hope that I can see her here at this time. Unfortunately, no matter how hard I search, I cannot see her. Looks like I have to wait until tomorrow. I can't help but shake my head and sigh, realizing that tomorrow will be the last time I'll see her. I should go home. However, my heart beats rapidly. My restlessness is becoming more violent. I feel my heart tightening. This invisible tightness is suffocating me, making me unable to breathe. Tomorrow is the last day. Why can't there be 48 hours in a day? Why didn't I ask for her contact details? Maybe I wouldn't feel so restless if I knew that we could talk to each other online in the future. But I don't feel like I should take that first step. Nasty. This word pops up suddenly while I'm contemplating. Tuesday. Finally, it's the day I'll see her for the last time. Should be looking forward to today, as this is the last time I should read my script. I found a highly rated restaurant online. Also, I'm going to take her to an antique toy store, a place she's definitely like. We can have some snacks, chat a lot, and walk along the footpath, taking our time. That was the plan, but she didn't come. 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Now it's already 10 p.m. She isn't here. Maybe she isn't in Zymending anymore. As she isn't in Taipei. Finally, I can't hold back the irritation that's building up my heart. I rush over to the hotel. However, the concierge informs me that she's checked out yesterday. I stare at the coffee cup in my hands, so I realize that it has a bitter aftertaste. It's really bitter. She left without saying goodbye, and I thought I wouldn't be able to accept that. Instead, from the time I learned that she already left until now, my mind only feels serene calmness. The humid air, the sound of car engines roaming by, and the conversations of passerbys all keep ringing in my head, so loud and clear. Everything is so loud and clear. I see. My mind is so calm, that's why I can taste the coffee's bitterness. It's really bitter. Still can't see any stars tonight. Those 2 days that I wasn't able to see her, there are no stars out. What a coincidence. Is the disappearance related to the message on her phone? Recall the message I saw when I was at the hotel. From her relatives. I'm clueless as to its meaning. However, I can tell that it was rude towards her. Thursday. She was supposed to return by the end of December. That's tomorrow, a Wednesday. Did she have to take care of something? I should put this matter aside. It's rude to second guess people's attitudes. Also, it's a family issue. I shouldn't be involved in it. Is that why she hesitated? We only knew each other for a few days. So this is how it ends. Then, this moment has finally come to an end. It'd be great if we can still meet again sometime in the future. How can I stay so calm? My heart is being strangled by a chain. It feels so tight and irritating. I want to shout out her name. This is the first time I felt like this. At least we could have said goodbye. You could have finished the ending. Damn. That night, I sat there all by myself until it was 12:30 a.m. The moment I came back to my senses, the last train had already left. Couldn't rent a bike and ride home. By the time I finished my errands, it was already 2 a.m. Maybe I still had a little hope that she would appear. Morning. What is this? A pile of neatly organized documents is on my table.
Bad news.
Additional requirements.
Correct. They had to send in more work for us at 9 p.m., 2 days in a row. And today is the last day of the year. I can't stand this client.
Now let's get this done as soon as possible. Is something wrong?
You seem a bit different today.
Am I?
I thought you'd be more annoyed. You seem too calm.
Even if annoyed about it, still needs to get done.
True. You didn't sleep well?
Huh?
Your voice is a bit dull. You alright?
I didn't sleep well. Alright, if we delay, we won't be able to get off work on time for the New Year's celebration.
Alright. So, what's up with you?
Sorry.
It's good to be quick, but you're making too many mistakes. Look, there are obvious typos.
Sorry.
I'm not blaming you, but...
Hey now, that's enough. Nine just finished a project. He hasn't had time to recover. Hand it over to me. I'll correct the mistakes.
But
It's fine. I just finished my tasks. Go to the break room and get some rest.
Alright. Guess we should. Let's rest. We should be able to get off work by 6. Let's go.
where to?
The break room. I heard they ordered some new drinks. I've only heard good things about them. Oh, it's this brand. They actually ordered this. Want some coffee?
No, thanks. Feels gross.
It's a very popular brand. What a shame.
I'll just have black tea.
All right, here you go.
Thank you.
Phew, it's hot. So, what's happening?
Nothing much.
Is that so? As long as you're alright, it's not my place to pry. However, I should say something since you really direct reportly to me. Direct reportly, what the hell? Anyway, don't bring your personal issues into the workplace.
I understand.
Having said that, we have a working relationship only in the office. When we're outside, we're friends. For example, here. You can bring up your feelings in here, so feel free to speak up. Hey, you're adding 2 sugar cubes?
It's a bit bitter.
Hmm.
Oh. Is that why she likes sweet things? Something happened a while ago.
It began last week, right?
Someone appeared. A very strange person. Then I began to tell him about her. Don't go into too many details. You should understand the gist of it.
First time?
First time.
Is that so? I can't say I don't understand how you feel. The feeling of regret. I guess only she can help you. At a time like this, you should just go out and have fun. Thankfully, tomorrow's a holiday. If you don't want to be alone, come stay at my place. We can play any kind of video games you want until the morning.
Thank you.
Just let it go. That's life. A future where you can control your own destiny doesn't exist.
Maybe that's true.
Having said that, girls like her do exist. From how you described her, she seems to be in some sort of trouble and is fearful of the future. That's why she pities herself. However, she might be feeling remorseful now since she was able to meet you.
What do you mean?
Just like I said. After all, you're the kind of person who's really serious. Else, you wouldn't be feeling frustrated about it. Oh, it's already 6. Are you coming over tonight?
Thanks for the invite, but I don't think that's necessary.
Is that so? At least we should have dinner together. We haven't had dinner together for a while.
Didn't we have lunch together?
I'm not talking about that kind of eating out. My wife reserved a restaurant for tonight. Join us. You seem so unsure about this. Sometimes it's better not to think too much. It's your weakness. Doesn't matter. Let's go. Get your things. I'll get the car.
Then he half drags me to his car. The destination is, coincidentally, Zimunding.
Phew. Luckily, there are still parking spaces.
Yes, lucky you. Otherwise, Sister would have gotten really mad.
Is she already waiting for us?
Yes, we better hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Is it really okay for me to come with you?
It's only dinner. Why are you still asking?
I don't mean like that. I feel like the odd one.
It's alright. I'm also a third wheel.
Oh, you are self-aware. Nothing.
You're already married. Leave the cuddling at home.
I know. Don't think so much. It's time like this when you should just eat more and have fun.
Let go of what?
Nothing. It's a secret between men.
What the hell?
Hey, I'm still your brother-in-law. At least you could say something more elegant. Makes you more adorable, no?
Adorable to whom? To a brother-in-law who's younger than me?
I'm only a month younger.
Alright, let's go. I'm gonna have a feast tonight.
Ha! Can't wait. Let's go.
They're right. I can do nothing about it. I can only accept their kindness gracefully. No, I can't. Am I still thinking about her? It'd be nice if she were willing to confide in me. Why am I so indecisive? Cristina.
9.
I hear my name, followed by footsteps. I hear a familiar voice, but I'm hesitant to make sense of it. It's the voice I was supposed to hear yesterday. I shouldn't hear it today. But now... She is here, right in front of me. That same look, that same attire, that same black glossy hair. Mysteriously vanished, and mysteriously reappearing. My body's quickly filled with anxiety. However, there's also happiness. I'm burning hot. Speaking frankly, she's slightly more familiar than a stranger. However, the moment I see her, these conflicted emotions have all but vanished.
9. Who is she?
That's Lini's.
9, who is
My
she?
bad.
Okay.
Let's go.
What?
No more questions. Just go. 9. See you the day after.
Thank you. Why are you here?
Because I just left without any warning yesterday. Fortunately, I can see you today.
So quirky.
True, I'm just trouble.
Nobody would describe themselves like that.
Aren't you angry?
In bed.
Really? You don't look angry at all.
I'm just suppressing it.
I see. You made a promise, but I broke it.
There's only silence between us. The wind blows with a frosty chilliness, telling me to hurry up and make my next move. Because that chilliness, though, all my thoughts are now frozen. There's so many thoughts, but I'm unable to say them. Are you cold?
I'm burning hot.
Right. She's still panting heavily, unable to breathe properly. It doesn't look like she ran here from the MRT, which isn't far away. Besides, she already checked out. So, where did she run here from? It might be Taipei main station.
Hey, 9. That place, can we still make it? The place where we can see the fireworks?
Of course.
Then let's go.
You really want to go?
Yeah, can't I?
It's just I've never been there myself.
Isn't that even better? Let's go together.
Alright, but don't have any regrets.
Say that to yourself. Are we there?
Not yet, we have to walk uphill from here.
It's very very dark. Are you sure this is the way?
He said that we might be running into circles the first time around. Should be fine as long as we follow the stone pavement. You afraid of the dark?
I'm not a student anymore. Or do you want me to tug your shirt and shake in fear?
It's not like that. I don't like it.
Oh. What did you just say?
I'm not going to say it twice.
Afraid of the dark and heights. Why do I see so much cuteness in you?
I didn't say I'm afraid. I'm just not used to it. Also, it shouldn't be considered cute.
That's what being afraid means. Then why are you still walking ahead of me?
It's alright. I'm not really that afraid.
Really?
Yes,
Don't force yourself.
I'm not. So, what happened yesterday? Don't apologize. I wouldn't be able to understand. Ka. My feet made clear, crisp sounds as I walk along the stone pavement. The rhythm entrances me, as there are no other sounds, the two of us being silent. She wants to say something, but stops short of doing so. You don't want to say.
I went back.
Went back?
My extended family came to pick me up. I had some things to sort out.
Did she say extended family?
That's why I didn't have time to tell you. I'm sorry.
I see. And what about your luggage?
I left it at home. An important thing is happening tomorrow. At least that hasn't changed. After this, I'll have to take the overnight train back home.
That's good.
Were you worried about me?
Is that a given? You vanished suddenly. When I went to the hotel, they said you already checked out.
It was so sudden. Even if I was very surprised.
Then why'd you come back?
I still wanted to see you.
Because of what happened yesterday?
Yes. Since I didn't keep my promise, I'm here to make up for it.
You didn't have to force yourself to come. After all, our relationship is only temporary, right?
It's not like that. I didn't force myself. It's that I cannot accept.
Why?
Because.
Something to do with your family? Right?
I'm sorry. I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm so confused as to why I'm doing this. How did it all go wrong? I really don't know. Can't ask anyone who can help. It's just me, sailing in the middle of the ocean, looking for shore. No matter which direction I sail towards, I can't reach the other end. I'm only greeted by an endless ocean. So which direction is the right path? come back to my senses, I discover that I'm already on an island.
I'm listening.
The ship I was on is already wrecked. I can no longer sail on it. The exhausted captain can only escape to this little island. She can only sit under the shade and look at the sky. She keeps thinking to herself, why did I end up here? If I hadn't gone on the ship, would things be different? I'm sorry. Forget all about this. Even I don't know what I'm talking about.
Do you? Is this proof that you're finally facing your demons?
You make it sound so good. They're all excuses for me to continue escaping reality.
Doesn't matter if it's an excuse or something else. Still, it's proof that you're confronting the questions you have about yourself. The girl who was pursuing her dreams, she spent so much time fulfilling that purpose. At first, all she wanted was to follow in her father's footsteps. As time passed, it became her purpose too. Just merely running towards the things she loved. That's why she worked so hard. Even when she hit a wall or fell into a pit, she wouldn't change her course. However, because she was always looking ahead, she failed to notice the changes around her. In the end, the path towards her dream was destroyed by the guilt that crushed her.
Why are you saying such things suddenly?
You think the girl's wrong?
Didn't I already give you plenty of feedback last time?
I don't want to hear about the story's flow or how complete it is. I want to understand your feelings about the story itself, especially towards the protagonist, that young girl. Do you not want to?
Of course she was wrong. Do we even have to ask?
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because she ignored the changes going on around her? She kept clinging onto the false security that those times would last longer. But time proved her wrong. The concept of time between the young and the old is completely different. Completely different, both physically and mentally. However, I don't think it's wrong to follow your own path. Not many people can be so determined when following their own path. She believed that she had to follow her own path, but she ignored her grandma's condition. Before she knew, it was already too late. She only wanted to accomplish something to make her grandma happy and give her a happy life. It was supposed to be that simple.
You regret?
Oh, of course. Of course I regret. I really want to return to that time before I made that faithful decision. If only I'd known that being with her was already enough. Then I didn't need to pursue those dreams. You told me that if I have regrets, I'd be rejecting everyone who supported my decisions. But the person who was supporting me isn't even here anymore. So how can I not feel regret?
Do you think that those who supported you, including your grandma, or wrong?
What do you know? Grandma never said she supported me. Ultimately, it's only me trying to selfishly interpret my grandma's thoughts.
Did your grandma ever say that she didn't support you?
You're making an excuse.
Then why did she call for you when she was in such pain?
Because I wasn't by her side. Every night, I came home at 11 or 12. I left her all alone. Didn't even know who she had eaten that day or rested. What was she even doing when she was alone? Why did I not realize earlier how she felt?
Is that why you think your grandma resents you?
Isn't that obvious? Mom and Dad are gone. They left me, and it was my grandma who took care of me. After I became an adult, I left her all alone. Tell me, how could she not resent me?
It's not right. Not right at all. There's a simple reason that your grandma didn't call out for help. She didn't want to be an obstacle to your dreams. She didn't want to be that stumbling block. For someone who nurtured and watched you as you grew up, don't you think that all she wanted was to see you move closer to your dreams? Your grandma must have seen you as a future. However, she wasn't able to do anything and could only pray for you.
I already said you're making excuses.
Otherwise, how could you have become such a healthy, beautiful lady? Your personality, hobbies, anxieties, and everything about you, to all the embodiment of her love. That so the silence falls upon us. I can't make out her facial expression. Perhaps it was a bit harsh. However, everyone needs to take this path. The more you focus, the greater the pain. As I keep walking uphill, I feel sweat pouring out from my body. I've been walking for half an hour? No, maybe for an hour. We're walking at a very slow pace. And we just want to enjoy the moment, which may be our last. However, there's only one to think. And what about her? She's only trying to escape. So, I understand why she needs to be done. I shouldn't do anything to make her more confused. She has to face herself and confront her past. Then she needs to start moving forward again. Looks like we're here.
Hmm?
Before us, the tape-pasted escape. The 101 building as the backdrop, the skyline shimmering with various colors. The sky is clear, not a single cloud blocking our view. The sky is full of stars, scattered like dust. Indeed, it's a good place. Not many people are here. She stretches out her palms and breathes. You're feeling the winter chill now that we stopped walking. Hand warmers, want one?
You brought them this time?
Yes, my colleague gave them to me.
Thank you.
I hand one over to her. She turtles it under her palms.
Only a little longer. Then I'll have to wake up from my dream. So what's the ending for the girl? We didn't mention anything about that.
I guess. She doesn't respond and looks at the scene far beyond. She's waiting for me to continue. The girl, she wasn't right, but she wasn't wrong either. If you ask anyone, there's no answer. Nobody can blame her, not even herself. Then she raises her head, looks beyond a sky full of stars like dust. She looks deeply and realizes that the world's big. No matter how dark the night is, the stars will still shine and light up the sky. Keep worrying, keep being sad, and keep pursuing. Then, the story comes to an end. Your girl's journey is finally over.
Is that so?
Half a year. It took me half a year to finish the script. At one point, though, I forgot why I originally wrote it. Maybe I just wanted to put into words how I was feeling at the time. I didn't think too much. All my memories and feelings to write them all down. Now, I finally have a reason. Maybe I wanted her to read it. That's why I wrote this script. I wanted someone who didn't exist in my life once and a half years ago to read the script. How many choices did I have to make before I was able to meet and speak to her? Which led to us talking about the script.
Can I ask a question? Why does a story end like that? What happens to the girl after? Doesn't she continue her journey?
It's hard to say if she continues it. Only narrating the story of her life. Looking at it now, the script is more like a journal reciting her history. That's why her new journey had yet to just begun. It's a future full of uncertainty. It can only be explored by the protagonist because a whole new adventure for her. This time, it's not because of anyone. She's doing it for herself. So I cannot write down what happens after this. After all, nobody knows what the future has in store.
The end, is it?
Yeah, the end.
Then how are you able to overcome the frustrations and fears you had at the time?
Overcome isn't the right word. These emotions are part of us. Nobody can overcome them. In the future, you have to face those emotions again. One thing we can do is accept it. Then think about how we can move forward and take action. Nothing will ever change if we just stand still. There's so many things waiting for us. If we stop now, is that a shame? If the ship is wrecked, it can't sail anymore. Why not just build a new one? Is it too vague?
Yeah.
Then why do you think that your grandma hates you?
It's because...
Those reasons before, you were only guessing, right? Do you remember how your grandma looked before she passed away? What kind of expression does she have?
Nothing special. She was very calm, ordinary, just like... Oh,
She must have left something for you. Could be physical or spiritual. Even your whole self is what she left behind, as if you're her future.
what are you talking about? This is all so vague.
Is it?
It is. It is.
I just thought you would understand.
I do. Her final look was the same as I remember from my childhood. After all these years, it hasn't changed. I just need to close my eyes, and I can see everything so clearly, as if she's right in front of me. Even if it's like that.
I still need to say it. Time heals all wounds. It's a slow, gradual process. You don't have to be impatient or feel guilty about it. It's a path you must take, that everyone needs to take. It's not your fault. You're walking a path that has no right answer. Since there's no right, how could there be a wrong? Just take a break. Stop and appreciate your surroundings. Sooner or later, you have to stop moving forward again. Even if you stumble, even if you walk in circles, as long as you keep walking, it's proof that you're still moving forward. That's why you can keep on worrying, being sad, pursuing. Then you can finally restart your journey. That's enough. Do you need a tissue? I have makeup on this time. Better not ruin it.
You can tell?
It's pretty obvious.
Give it to me.
She brushes away the tears from the corners of her eyes. You hear a faint sob. Did the message get through? Did my thoughts enter her heart? If she can finally face her own demons, then I'm content. Bang, bang. Then, a roaring sound erupts from the sky. The dark sky is painted with the colors of the rainbow, splattering across the landscape. Fireworks. Aren't they beautiful? I'm deeply mesmerized by the vivid colors before me. Is she seeing this too? I don't dare to turn my head. I fear that she sees my face and will be to hold back the desire hidden in my heart. Willful, strange, and unpredictable. Because of who she is. I'm totally attracted to her. It's because I saw myself in her. The me who was trying to escape too. So I couldn't leave her alone. But she's able to confront herself. And what brought us together will no longer exist.
Thank you. I feel much better now. Everything seems so trivial after watching this spectacular night sky.
I just gave you a little push. That's all.
You were pushing me too much. Really, it was too much. Honestly, these past few days, I've been noticing you. Then I started to think, how can I become someone like you? Someone who's gentle, but strong. How can I confront myself and my past? You have so much clarity about your past, yet you're still brave enough to pursue your dreams. Perhaps, in my heart, I want to be like you. That's why, if I chose to continue escaping, I feared that I might never be able to face reality again. To me, the brightness that radiates from you blinds me. It makes me want to hide in your shadow. So, thank you. And sorry. This is the last time. It's really the last time. Can I ask another question?
Sure.
I want to know the writer alias you used in the past. It couldn't be 9?
Do you really want to know?
can't I?
You can, but it's not an alias I'm proud of.
I see. It's alright. I can't hear you. See. I guess that finally clears up all my doubts. No wonder they were so similar.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Oh, you remember the competition we had at the game arcade?
I do.
My reward, is it still valid?
I don't think we ever set a deadline.
Then turn around and look at me.
Her face is marked with the aftermath of her tears. Strange, but beautiful. Her eyes reflecting the rainbow colors of the night sky are engraved into my mind. Her makeup, which was supposed to conceal the fake dark circles and ruddy eye corners, had been wiped away by her tears. See, this is exactly how she looked the first time I met her.
I must apologize in advance. What I'm gonna do next might be a bit sneaky. It might even be a bit mean. Let me do this one more time. Just let me be a little naughty. Raise your arms.
What?
A promise to victory?
I do as you said. There's no time for hesitation.
Okay. You must tightly embrace me.
Oh? Before I have the chance to react, my body's forced back by the weight that's bearing upon me. Both her hands are tightly embracing my waist. Her scent, warmth, and breath are all flowing towards me. I should respond. I quickly swallow any words that might come out. Now it's not the time. It's not my place to convey any emotions. This embrace is for her to spill her heart out. She cries like a little child, unable to hold back. Her body's shaking, unwilling to accept the fact.
Grandma? Grandma? Why did you have to leave?
Her soft, tender black hair brushes lightly across my face. At this moment, I feel the intensity of the weight that's bearing upon me.
Why? Ah! Didn't you say you wanted to see me in my wedding dress?
Her tears fall onto my shoulders, uncontrollably.
Grandma, I'm sorry.
The endless tears are flowing out from her heart.
I couldn't repay you.
My hands, which were up in the air, are now lightly on her back. I try to recall when I was sad. How my grandma consoled me. Those memories are now slowly returning. It's just a simple act. I lightly pat her back. It's alright. You're not alone.
really miss you. I have so many things I still want to tell you. Please, just once, let me see you again.
Indeed, it is very mean of her. However, if I dare to do anything, then I will be the mean one. That's why I shouldn't think of anything else. The only thing I can do is to stay quietly beside her and listen to her. That's already enough. Then, I realize it's the new year. Spring in magnificent fireworks, vibrant colors in the cool, chilling air. Anna cries. It's a very special beginning. MRT, it's nearly here. He has to take the 2 a.m. train. Thus, we walk to the nearest MRT station. She'll take the train to Taipei Main Station. From there, she'll take another train leaving Taipei. On the way, both of us remain silent. However, I feel her hands shivering. I guess she needs time to recover. The MRT signals that the train is slowly approaching the platform. We don't want to let go of each other's hands, because we will not meet again. This is truly the last time. Right, I nearly forgot to tell you. That bear is from a cartoon during my childhood. It's a horror animation. The bear is the villain.
I know.
It has a superpower to eat away the sadness in people's hearts. I thought it could make the world better. Instead, everyone just became strange. People were unable to empathize with others, to confront themselves, to grow and support each other. It's an awkward, sad world, so our protagonists had to defeat it. I guess sadness is one of our emotions that can never be left out. Alright, you don't get on now, you won't catch the train on time. Go. I like to push her back. Go and confront yourself. Don't do anything dangerous or stupid again. She only slowly nods her head. Then she steps into the compartment. Finally, smile for me, once more. The door closes, indicating that the train will be leaving soon. I stare intensely over the platform doors behind a glass window where she is standing. Slowly, she moves away from my vision. Her expression has a sense of awkwardness, like she's crying and laughing at the same time. It really matches with her weirdness. It's all over. First love is over. It's the first time I fell in love. It's the first time I experienced love at first sight. It's the first time I kept giving unconditionally. It's the first time I ended a romance without it ever beginning. The first time they all began and ended at the same time. It's all over. I sigh as if it's taking everything that happened, signaling the end. Ultimately, the hollowness and regret in my heart cannot stop time from marching on. Reality would keep biting from behind, staying put. This will never change. Alright, I said how much to her. I must work hard myself. So many emotions. I need to write them all down. This time, I need to change something. It can't just be a script. It has to be truly a game script. From the time we met until now, it's been 10 days. The title, I should call it Tina?
Oh, truthfully, I don't remember much about my parents. However, I still remember the last time I behaved in front of them. I threw a fit because I wanted to stay at the park a little longer. It was my first time experiencing many new things, like playing happy games and touching fluffy animals. I didn't want to leave a place where I experienced many new sensations. They probably didn't know what to do. And I understood I was only happy because they were with me. That's why, in the end, they said to me,
Frank.
Let's play a game as
Oh.
a family. Daddy will be the programmer, Mommy will be the artist, and Grandma will be the spectator.
Lini, old voice.
And you will the angel tasked with creating a whole new world.
I had to create my own little world where our whole family can be happy together. That was the last thing I remembered about them. As a child, I saw them as superheroes. It didn't matter if they were flowery plants or exotic animals. Mom and Dad could recreate anything. They could make objects move with such vibrant emotions. However, before our world was complete, they departed from this reality. The reason? Plane crash. At the time, I didn't understand what those two words meant. I can only remember the news talking about it, and distant relatives visiting us, offering their condolences. I remember the days when Grandma's face was full of tears. Then, it took me a year to understand. Mom and Dad would never return. As a child, I wondered if it was because they didn't want me anymore. Was I too naughty? Was that why they left? Was it because I annoyed them and caused them pain? Was that why they didn't want me? However, those doubts didn't stay with me for long. I eventually learned what death meant. It was also the first time I understood its deeper meaning. Death is so far away, it cannot be touched or seen. Their voices, scent, and warmth can never be felt again. My shouts and cries, even my self-inflicted wounds, would not bring them back. It's so simple. Just like that. No matter how sad or painful, time eventually heals all wounds. After my parents passed away, my grandma and uncle and aunt had a huge argument over the inheritance. I didn't see my uncle or aunt for a long time after that. I wasn't sure what happened, but Grandma still stayed by my side.
Having you here is enough. Don't you worry. Grandma will take care of it.
Grandma became both my mom and dad. She raised me so I can touch the sky. She nurtured and protected me. As long as Grandma was there for me, I felt safe. Even when I kept making unreasonable demands, Grandma would use her gentle voice to teach me right from wrong. There were times when I rebelled and hid my secrets, but Grandma always saw through what bothered me deep inside. When I was sick, Grandma was always present. When I was unreasonable, Grandma did her best to satisfy my needs. When I was sad, Grandma was always there to listen. When I was happy, Grandma was always there so I could share with her. These times passed by so quickly. Under Grandma's loving care, I turned 16. Grandma! Grandma, I'm home! The moment I returned, I would throw my school bag onto the sofa. Then I would run around eagerly like a puppy, searching for that familiar warm presence.
Oh, my sweet granddaughter, you're back.
Then we would both embrace each other tightly. That was our daily routine.
You're early today.
The graduation ceremony ended early.
I'm proud of you.
I've finally grown up.
Don't be cheeky. You're only 16.
It won't be too long.
But you seem to be taller than Grandma now.
Am I?
You look so pretty with long hair.
Too bad the school won't allow it. Might be able to have long hair when I get to high school.
Do you know when school will start?
I do.
Alright, let's have dinner first. Are you hungry? To celebrate your graduation, Grandma made a feast today.
That's wonderful. Phew, I'm full.
Don't just lie there after eating. Otherwise, don't blame Grandma if you just get fat.
But Grandma's food is so good.
I'll put the dirty dishes over here. Don't forget to wash them later.
Yes. You still haven't finished your work for today?
I still have a bit more to do.
Let me help.
You don't need to. Children should go and study. You need to use Dad's room later, right?
Yeah. I could hear the sounds of metal banging and clattering together after Grandma left the kitchen and started to work in the living room. About half a year ago, Grandma started to take on some contract work at home. I didn't know what she did. However, I'd always see her
Sorry.
whenever I offered to help. Okay. I didn't know what she did. However, I'd always see her assembling some metal parts. Whenever I offered to help, she'd refuse, saying that this isn't a job for children. However, I understood. Grandma was under financial stress. She wasn't earning any income. I had to take care of my school and living expenses. Eventually, a day had come when my grandma's savings would be exhausted. I came to that realization about half a year ago. I began to regret the times when I acted irresponsibly, asking for more money. I wanted to learn programming like Dad and to draw like Mom. However, Grandma never reprimanded me. Instead, she let me go to all sorts of cram schools. But I'd always come up with an excuse. I didn't understand. It was too hard, or the art I learned was different from what I expected. I gave up on learning and wasted all of my grandma's savings. I hate myself just thinking about that. I can only feel regret. Why wasn't I able to understand earlier? Give me 3 more years. I'll graduate from high school and become an adult. Just wait for me a little longer. I walked into Dad's room and turned on the computer. I looked at the pile of programming books on the desk. In my hands was an old, ripped notebook. It's a practice notebook containing references to the programming language I was learning. The room has everything from books and notes Dad wrote when he was still learning how to code. Nothing had been changed. There was a time when I nearly gave up on coding. However, I eventually found myself enjoying it more after finding Dad's notes on how he learned. Dad's notebooks were easy to understand. I learned a lot from them. As for Mom's drawings, I was too naive at the time. It didn't matter if it was programming or drawing. Such skills took time to master. Looking back on my childhood days, arrogantly claiming that I can learn everything, it just proved too difficult. And my artistic talents? I decided to take it one step at a time. Following in my dad's footsteps by reading his notes was the best option. Great! I can finally program a whack-a-mole game without having to look at the notes! The art is a bit weird, though. Doesn't matter. When did this all begin? Going home every day and turning on Dad's computer so I could learn how to program? When did this all actually begin? Because I miss Mom and Dad so much, I'd come into his room to hide. When I saw the work that my parents produced, I felt motivated. From games, animation, to novels, all were sources of inspiration. I became addicted looking at them. It wouldn't be an understatement to say that my entire childhood was spent inside this room. When I did begin to learn seriously about a year ago, that didn't matter. It became a routine to come here to learn, like doing homework. I promised myself that I'd become a game designer, like Dad. What's wrong? Once I stepped inside, I saw Grandma standing in the living room, glaring at me.
Your teacher called today. You already know why? Grandma's already told you numerous times, don't work part-time. Students should focus on what they do best, studying.
But
You're worried about tuition?
no. Grandma then threw a pile of books onto the table. They were from Popular Computer Cram School.
I found them in your dad's room.
Sorry.
Grandma's not blaming you. You want to study there? Then go. Don't worry about the money. Grandma knows you're a good child. However, you should be thinking about your own future. Grandma can't stay with you forever.
The thought had never once crossed my mind. My nose started to feel itchy to the point that I sensed an irritating pain. At that moment, all I could do was run towards my most beloved grandma. Don't say something like that.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, not anytime soon. Grandma still wants to see you in your wedding dress.
I won't go. Deep down, I still wanted to go. However, I understood that I just wanted to be spoiled. I only wanted Grandma's encouragement. That was it. Then Grandma lightly patted me on the back.
Go if you want, it's fine. Grandma doesn't know anything about computers. I can't teach you, unfortunately. I know you want to be just like your father. If so, then go. Don't underestimate your old granny.
No matter how many times she says it, it's Grandma's words would always give me a sense of calm, as if she could solve any problem.
Alright, take a shower before dinner.
Okay. After that day, Grandma took it upon herself to bear the additional expenses. Also, I started to come home late. Is something wrong, teacher?
Frank.
I know you have your reasons. However, I can't hide it for you anymore.
You told Grandma?
Well, she called me for the third time. I still think you should speak to her and then make a decision. I suggest you delay registering for the exams for now. I'll think of something. Let me know when you make a decision. In my opinion, you should go to university. You're smart. If you keep on studying, you'll be able to accomplish a lot. Well, that's all I have to say. Think about it.
I understand. I turned 18 and became a high school senior. It wouldn't be long before I'd take the university entrance exam. Many of my schoolmates had applied for university. I was the only one who chose not to. I just wanted to get a job quickly. I didn't want my grandma to suffer alone. And suffer anymore. However, I didn't tell her about my plans. It was the first time I got into a huge argument with her. For such a simple reason. Grandma wanted me to enter university. However, I wanted to start working. It lasted for a while. Both of us thought it was for the other's sake. Finally, we came to a compromise. Grandma would pay for the tuition and I would take care of the miscellaneous costs. We were able to reconcile because of a dish of stir-fried tomatoes and eggs. Feeling guilty, I entered the kitchen, where I cooked this dish for the very first time. The tomatoes were in big lumps, and they tasted bitter and sweet.
All your preferences are for national universities. They're also a bit far.
Yes, because the tuition is cheaper. The commute is 3 hours, so it's still acceptable. I won't need to go to a campus every day.
That might be pushing it, given your current results. I know you have good coding skills. Why not look into vocational schools? I can recommend a few. It shouldn't be hard for you to get admitted into one.
Thank you, but it's okay. I have 2 months before exams. I can handle it.
It's your decision, so I won't say anything. But do you need help?
Eh?
I can spare an hour at noon every day to help. What do you think?
Really?
Well, first, you go back to class. I'll announce this later in class. We'll hold extra tuition classes at noon.
Then, because of my teacher's extra assistance, I got admitted into a national university with cheaper tuition. Although the commute would be 3 hours, I had no regrets. This is all I could have wished for. I wouldn't waste the last 4 years that Grandma had given me. Another 2 years passed. I was looking forward to coming home. I had something to tell my grandma that day. It was something that had significant meaning for me. I couldn't wait to get home and tell my grandma about it. I was so excited that I didn't even realize that my feet were skipping. I tried to suppress my smile, pretending that nothing had happened. However, my lips curled slightly upwards, betraying me. I stretched out my arms, took a few leaps, and circled in front of the door. I was trying to erase the excitement, waiting to burst out. Finally, I went in. Grandma was sitting on the couch, watching a TV drama. Grandma, I'm home.
You're back? Are you hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay? Why are you smiling strangely?
Am I?
I can tell.
And I thought I hid it well. I was planning to tell you at dinner.
What is it?
I took out a piece of paper. It was an award certificate. It was proof that I won a competition. Grandma, see? I won second place at the national coding competition.
Oh.
Immediately, Grandma grabbed her glasses, squinting her eyes as she looked at the certificate. It was an award for placing second at a national coding competition. I was so happy. It was probably the happiest day of my life, up until then. All my efforts and Grandma's trust in me were finally rewarded. More importantly, I was able to see that cheerful smile on Grandma's face. That was the most precious treasure. It was a shame I didn't win first prize. However, the fire in my heart was only growing stronger. I vowed to work harder so that Grandma would praise me more. I wanted to do better next time.
Grandma can't quite understand the words. But this is amazing. Keep up the good work. The future is yours. Work hard.
I know. That was when I stretched out my arms in front of her.
What are you doing?
Hug.
Alright. How old are you? Still wanting to be spoiled like a little child.
Does it matter? The light pat on the back, the warm breath entering my ears, and her unique scent. Everything about her helps to erase my fatigue. Grandma, are you getting thinner?
Am I?
Are you eating properly?
I am. I'm just getting older, so I don't eat as much as I used to.
Is that so?
Yes, don't you worry. You should let go of me so I can heat up the food.
Alright. That's when I realized that Grandma was getting old. Her head had strands of gray hair, and her footsteps didn't have as much energy as they once did. Although Grandma hasn't done any contract work since I began to work part-time. What has she been doing at home by herself? I could feel the uneasiness creeping in. I promised myself that I'd take her to the hospital for a checkup when I'm free. Then we'd go shopping and grab some food. It has been a while since Grandma and I had fun. I earned a bit of prize money from the competition, so it wouldn't be a problem. Later, I walked into the kitchen with Grandma and ate her amazing cooking. It could be considered lucky, but unfortunate too.